Against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
Doom Eternal, the long-awaited sequel to Doom 2016, developed by id Software and published by Bethesda. Is it good? Let's rip and tear these guts out and have a look. To get some qualifiers out of the way, the only Doom games I have played are Doom 1 and Doom 2, both of which are hidden Easter eggs and playable in this game, by the by. So I was quite curious to see how Doom has changed over the years. My first surprise was how much it still felt like Doom, with its fast-paced combat, secrets, over-the-top weapons and enemies, even the way the map functions, all brings back a feeling of the original Doom. I also personally like how they brought Doom's 90s-tastic story back from the depths. Honestly, there is so much I could go over, so I'll try to keep it to the basics. Let's start with the gameplay. All in all, the combat is solid. Weapon switching can be done with a wheel or by using the number keys on PC. There are 8 weapons, 7 of which have 2 modes. The weapons are separated into 4 categories: shotguns, machine guns, energy blasters, and power weapons. Each category shares an ammo pool. Switching between weapons and modes is snappy and satisfying. You also have a shoulder-mounted grenade launcher that runs on a cooldown, and a chainsaw that you can use to get more ammo. Combat is very fast-paced and emphasizes non-stop movement. The game even giving tooltips on how standing still is a very bad idea. You'll come across several enemies. Most you'll recognize from earlier installments of the franchise. They can be fought head-on, or you can shoot strategically. The right weapon to enemy combo is capable of hindering, if not outright killing, the threats you face. Between fights, you will find yourself doing small platforming sections that get you from arena to arena, the game's amazing soundtrack following you all the way. The level design is also very good. More often than not, you will find yourself going where the game wants you to go. Also, around every level, you will find secrets. These will vary from upgrade items all the way to songs. I had a lot of fun finding secrets, but that's just me. This game is not perfect, though. The platforming sections and collectibles bring the flow of the game to a screeching halt. The game has 4 different upgrade currencies. There's just so much to keep track of. Sometimes you'll find yourself lost because you did not step on the correct spot to trigger the next section. While a majority of the time, the game does a fantastic job alerting you to new mechanics, even if the random pop-ups can be obtrusive at times. Every now and again something shows up that you did not expect and don't know how to deal with right away. I also feel like the fights in the last few missions were not as well put together as the early missions, going from fast-paced strategic combat to high-level enemy spam, filling a tiny map up with so many giant enemies that moving in the map becomes impossible without wasting a BFG, and that's not even talking about enemies like the Marauder. Everyone has talked to death about this poorly balanced enemy. That aside, considering his power set, it just screams, I was made for multiplayer and inserted into the single player. He is not the hardest to fight, but every other enemy has a strat you can use. With him, it's just mag dump everything and hope he dies. Every time he shows up, I just sigh, because while beatable, he's just not fun to fight. Him showing up at least once in all of the final levels does not help this. Combined with the final levels having multiple drawn-out boss fights makes for a meh finish to what is otherwise a fantastic game. Despite my gripes, no one part bogged me down for too long, even the hardest parts. Frustration with the game was low, and majority of the game was the satisfying kind of hard. With that said, I cannot recommend this game enough. It was almost nostalgic playing a modern game with such an old-school complete package design. It is entirely worth its price, and will give you quite the bang for your buck. I personally managed to get 25-ish hours out of the game. I have not even unlocked everything, or even played the multiplayer. If you were on the fence, then don't worry. This is a fantastic game, and one of the few AAA titles coming out recently that is worth giving its dues. Thank you for watching. I'd like to take a second to say, I know your time is important, that you using said time to watch my work means more to me than you know, and that I appreciate both it and you. Please leave a like if you like, comment if you have a question or a criticism on the content. I make this for you after all. And subscribe if you want to see more of my content in the future. You can follow my various social medias where I'll put updates as well. That's about it for me. Time to stop fooling around. See you guys later. Alright guys, a lot of people have been having problems with the Marauder, so I decided I'm going to make a guide on how to defeat him real fast. So first of all, you take the BFG and then you aim at your feet. He can't defend himself if you don't aim directly at him, it's fucking retarded. And that's how you beat him.